Matt Eschke, Dagan White, and here we go. It is Yuanji Lee versus Levi Rauch. Prism versus Bolton, and we're starting off with, hey, why not just jam that out there? And this is what you're talking about, or this is what Sam was mentioning, because Yuanji was kind of waffling between a couple heroes, and Sam said he's going to have trouble filling out a deck. I wouldn't be surprised to see 2, maybe even 3 cracked baubles to just attain the 30, and this is what happens, because this is a talisman that has Spell Void. I don't think Bolton's going to do any arcane damage.
Oh, hey, speaking about take flights, hey, look, here's one of the 7 take flights. This is going to be a just casual red take flight. It's going to have Go Again because he's doing that good charge ability. Keep in mind for Bolton is a very, hand-intensive hero. Like, the charge mechanic basically demands, hey, you need another card in your hand to make use of this mechanic. And then Bolton can later then use those cards to advantage, using his hero ability. And this take flight, definitely something we're going to see quite a bit in this match.
It's also a gigantic, discrepancy here between you have Levi with Halo, Gallantry Gold, Ironhide legs, and then you've got Yuanji naked as a jaybird. Just nothing coming out. It's Vegas. Let's go partying. I don't need clothes. Let's have a good time. And there's another issue here is the fact that Prism cannot lean on Iris as an option to swing weapon, to deal damage. Yeah. Meanwhile, Bolton has 2 axes. He can choose which one he wants.
Yeah, two different axes that can put a lot of damage here. We do, Yuanji does get to see a little bit of information here. By a little bit, I mean, Levi's entire hand. With this nice little scout that is being played from the arsenal. It's just going to be coming in for, I do believe, just a casual 1 here. And Levi's very happy to take the 1.
Why not? I mean, take the 1. This is going to be a Seek Horizon, opting not to put a card on top because, which would grant it Go Again because, well, you have no real follow-up afterwards. You can't swing weapon. You have no floating resources. You don't even have a coat to hang up. You got no equipment here. So I think Yuanji is probably really, wish he can kind of redo this draft. It's a tough reality, but we have seen players make chicken salad out of chicken you-know-what. So I don't think that there's an issue here. I think Yuanji is one of the best players in the world, and I think that Yuanji can certainly make a game out of this.
Oh, definitely. You just got to roll with the punches. Like, when you're coming into this event, you're 4-0 here, and you just got to make the best use out of what you got, right? When life gives you lemons,
you make chicken salad.
You make chicken salad. You play a bunch of generics. And I think here Levi's just kind of doing some mental math here. You can kind of see him counting it out. He's like, hey, how much do I want to commit here? Do I want to block? You know what? I'll block 1 here. And this kind of telegraphs to me as a player, if I see someone block early with this, is that they're going to want to use it, right? You want to get that block value out of it now, and so you can actually make use of its effect in a following turn, possibly this next turn, especially if Levi's thinking his hand is good. And I do see some nice cards in there. I see an Express Lightning, another Take Flight. Feels like a very go wide turn. We do have a card in Bolton Soul too.
Yeah, it's worth noting as well that if a card has if you've charged and your opponent blocks with an attack action card, that attack that you're presenting will go +1, and if that card that you're attacking with has a attack value greater than its base, you can banish a card from Soul to give it Go Again. So yeah. Bolton has opportunity to go wide purely off the fact that they just need to charge once and then they could just basically buy the farm. But we're going with V of the Vanguard out of the arsenal. This is a huge play to open up.
Yeah, V of the Vanguard is absolutely huge for him. This is actually his Pack 3 Pick 1, and it was just an absolute slam dunk. And he's playing this on the back of a Gallantry Gold, so he did pop that Gallantry Gold. And yeah, he's going to opt to charge a little bit and come in for not only a lot of damage this turn, but several attacks. I think that's pretty safe to say that we're going to be coming in with more than just this turn.
Oh, this is just the prologue to a pretty scary story if you're Yuanji here. Again, Gallantry Gold being popped. If you if for 1 cost you destroy them, all your weapon attacks gain +1. And again, your weapon attacks do also get the bonus from the Bolton ability, I believe.
Yeah, it looks like he's just gonna pass up I think, because we are back to Yuanji playing a nice little. This is the 2 for 6 with Phantasm.
It's the Enigma Chimera, and blocks for 3, but again, Phantasm is not a problem for very many limited, unless you're up against like a Levi.
Yeah.
And frankly, if they choose to send a 6 into this, you're kind of happy. You want those poppers gone so that when you do present like a Red Herald or a bigger attack, it's already gone.
Yeah, I'll be honest, like looking at Levi's draft picks, not a lot of 6 attacks, if any at all. So those Phantasm cards are going to get a lot of value. Here we have yet another Take Flight. I mean, Take Flight, any Bolton player knows, this is kind of like your bread and butter card. This is what you want. This is the card that kind of helps you set up for your future turns. You're able to charge, it gives itself go again, and you can set up for any card that cares about charge and any subsequent card that cares about using cards in his soul. So, yeah, we're going to see a lot of Take Flights here. This is a yellow one, just coming in for just a casual 3. Still 2 resources floating, so it does threaten some, hack and slash action, possibly on the follow-up.
Take this. This is, this is a, the Take Flight here is going to get beefed up from the situation of the fact that you're blocking with an attack action card if something has been charged, and after this Valiant Thrust, oh boy, I mean red Valiant Thrust, huge, absolutely huge, because if you charge it gets +3, it's coming in for 7 and you're following up with a hatchet. Do you choose body or mind? Who knows?
Whatever suits your fancy, and Yuanji's down to 6 already. This is a blisteringly fast game, something that was a little bit expected here, like with how powerful and streamlined Levi's Bolton list is. We do have a Herald of Ravages coming in here. Once again, like I said, not a lot of 6 attacks, if any at all, to pop this, and it will threaten a little bit of extra arcane damage, and that arcane damage is not going to be able to be prevented unless he wants to crack his helmet.
Or the Talisman. Maybe you want to block it on your side. just say, you know what, Levi, I'm going to throw some good karma out here. I'm going to block the arcane. But Red Heralds, why are they so important? Well, they hit that 7, which is an incredibly difficult breakpoint to cover, and the on-hits matter. Prism will, besides the standard put it in soul, a lot of these Heralds will have create a Spectral Shield, or deal an arcane damage, or, the Herald of Rebirth, recycle one of those big Phantasm attacks. So it looks like Levi found one hell of a hand here. I do see a Minnowism in there.
It's very scary.
Yeah, so he might just go off here, and Minnowisms connect very well with Bolton, not just because of the plus, but also the fact that many of those attacks will, especially in limited, be 3 to 2 base. Yeah,
so here we have a Dusk Path Pilgrimage that's going to pump up this axe. So the axe is going to be coming in for 4. It does have an on-hit effect from the Dusk Path Pilgrimage. Not sure if Yuanji cares all that much about this. As you can see on the screen, it gives you like a little bit of an advantage here, but that's not really what you care about. You want to push the damage here. Like when your opponent's health is at 5 and you can go as wide as you can go here with multiple cards in your soul, you can really, really pop off. And we do see an activation of Bolton's hero ability, going to give go again to that axe, and come in with the nudge, just casual 5.
Little Surging Militia action, why not?
Lethal,
It's just casual lethal. It's our favorite kind of lethal, actually. And if ever you had the right flavor, casual is the most delicious one.
Yeah, casual lethal. Yuanji, he has some options, right? He still has a couple cards in his hand. He has a card in his arsenal. There are some instant speed ways to prevent damage in Monarch. We do have a Herald block here, and you do like to see the Herald block. That attack is going to get pumped up because he's blocking with an attack action card. This is from Bolton's hero ability.
There are, for example, Rise Above is a D-React. It costs a card out of hand, so unless that was it in Arsenal, that's kind of the only way that you can maybe just go over the top if some sort of trickery has occurred. There are attack reactions within Bolton that can get you. You got to charge for most of them. However, it's a dangerous game here, and I have to say, I mean, Yuanji has put Levi to 5, but a lot of this is purely off of the fact that Levi has been so passive, so nonchalant about the incoming damage because he wants to be in control. He wants to close this out.
Yeah, he's just got to take cards from Prism, right? You got to make it so that they can't come in with those massive overstatted heralds, right? Especially when you're a deck that doesn't have any poppers at all. So, this is the best defense is a good offense kind of strategy here. You just want to rip cards out of Prism's hand and not give her a chance to do Prism-y things. And I think he's very content to do that here. Just slamming down. Hey, look, another take flight here. Once again, Boltyn is a very card-intensive hero. You have to pay for the take flight, pay for the charge with a card from your hand, which he does. So this take flight is going to get the additional +1 from Boltyn's hero ability, so it's going to be coming in for 5 with Go Again from the charge.
So, I just want to talk a little bit about the drafting process for Yuanji and why you're seeing some cards in here that kind of feel weak. Pack 1 was a Red Herald of Protection. Pack 2, Red Herald of Tenacity. Those are great. Pack 3, Red Dread Screamer. We're already pivoting. Pack 4, Dusk Path Pilgrimage. All right. Pack 5, a Bolt of Courage, so we're pivoting again. Pack 6, Red Void Wraith, pivoting again. So Yuanji was diversifying his portfolio, trying to definitely have his fingers in many different cookie jars, and unfortunately, that's why you might see some crack baubles come out, but we're going to throw a card in front of this take flight again as Levi not just taking flight, but taking cards. And there's another one. We're going to end this. And there's the crack bauble in hand.
That's game.
That's where you get caught. This one was hot and heavy.
Like I said, Levi was in the right seat for Boltyn. His Boltyn deck